The Ukrainian 3rd Assault Brigade repelled a Russian mechanized attack in the Kharkiv region. After one armored vehicle blew up on a mine, the assault groups scattered across the fields. The remains of these groups and their equipment were neutralized by artillery, cluster munitions, and FPV drones. Cluster munitions have proven crucial for Ukraine's efforts to counter Russian forces, particularly as part of their ongoing counteroffensive. These weapons, provided by the U.S., are designed to scatter multiple smaller bomblets over a wide area, making them effective against entrenched defensive lines, troop concentrations, and fortified positions. Their strategic value lies in enabling Ukraine to sustain pressure on Russian forces, despite challenges such as artillery shell shortages. The munitions have disrupted Russian fortifications, such as trenches and minefields, and allowed Ukrainian forces to reclaim contested territories. The U.S.-supplied cluster bombs have a lower dud rate than older versions, which somewhat mitigates the long-term risks of unexploded ordnance, although humanitarian concerns persist. Reports indicate these munitions are inflicting significant damage on Russian defensive structures and troop maneuvers, leveling the playing field in an intense and resource-heavy conflict. However, their controversial nature means their impact extends beyond the battlefield, affecting global debates on military ethics and international relations. Donetsk, damaged Russian military equipment at the Trudovska bus station. Russian propaganda claimed shelling of civilians when the area was hit. Ukrainian military from the 82nd Separate Airborne Assault Brigade destroyed a Russian BMD in the Kursk region. A Russian BMD, Boyevaya Mashina Desanta, is a type of airborne infantry fighting vehicle designed for rapid deployment by paratroopers. These lightweight amphibious vehicles are air-droppable and armed with a combination of autocannons, machine guns, and anti-tank missiles, providing mobility and firepower for airborne operations. Russians show why you shouldn't try to put out burning ammunition. Attacks on Russian ammunition depots are strategically vital for Ukraine. By targeting these stockpiles, Ukraine disrupts Russia's supply lines, depletes its artillery and missile reserves, and weakens frontline operations. Such strikes not only slow Russian offensives but also support Ukraine's counterattacks by reducing enemy firepower. Sanctions on Russian aviation companies are paying off. In Russia, every second Airbus Neo has stopped flying due to technical reasons. According to Kommersant, airlines have suspended flights on 34 Airbus A320 or A321neo, which is half of all aircraft of this family in Russia. Some of the planes have been put into reserve to conserve engine life until the high season, but 15 to 20 aircraft may never return to flights. Aircraft of this type are equipped with advanced but problematic engines. They cannot be repaired in Russia due to their complexity, nor imported into the country due to sanctions and a shortage on the world market. According to Kommersant's sources, a large-scale withdrawal of this aircraft's, about 10% of the entire foreign mainline air fleet in Russia, from service is possible as early as 2026. As Kommersant has found out, more than half of the entire fleet of remaining Airbus A320neo and A321neo are parked in the Russian Federation as of November 20th. The reason is difficulties with engine maintenance, which is why carriers were forced to save resources. Of the 66 aircraft of the family, according to Flight Radar 24, 34 are idle. According to Kommersant sources, up to half of them may never return to flight. These aircraft are equipped with Pratt & Whitney engines and make up more than a third of the carrier's fleet. Among those idle are all 8 A321neos, which have been idle since 2023. Of the 31 A320neos, 5 were also idle at that time. Another 18 A320neos, according to Flight Radar 24, were gradually put into reserve between January and September of this year, and are now at the carrier's base airports of Domodedovo and Tolmachevo, Novosibirsk. According to two Kommersant sources, the company plans to conserve the engine resources of these aircraft until the beginning of the next high season, when most of the aircraft can return to the schedule. Two other sources claim that the engine resources of more than 20 aircraft have already been exhausted. In total, the carrier has 92 aircraft listed in the Rosaviatsia register. In addition to the A320 or A321neo, only one A319 is not flying from the mainline fleet, while the rest of the Boeing and Airbus are on the wing. Of the 69 remaining Airbus aircraft, 55 have retained their airworthiness certificates. According to Commersant, the ALCs of 8A321 Neos and 6A320 Neos have been suspended. What is Russia doing after launching an intercontinental missile at Dnipro for the first time in history? They are closely watching the West's reaction. It is telling that one of Russia's biggest propagandists, Skabayeva, published a report about Finland, where NATO training exercises are taking place right now. Finland is very right to strengthen its defense capabilities. They know Russia well.
This exercise is the first large-scale maneuver in Finland since the country joined NATO last year, dropping decades of military non-alignment to seek the alliance's protection following Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
Finnish forces are considered highly capable and well-trained. Unlike many other European countries, Finland still has conscription for men. During this exercise, that's taking place only 130 kilometers or so from the Russian border, Finnish conscripts are supporting NATO troops with logistics.
The main defender is still us, defending ourselves. NATO is a big help in that, yes, and gives us reassurance that we won't be alone next time if something does happen.
I believe that we get some help from them, but mostly it's from us. So, but it's good to have people in the back, so we are stronger together.
An exercise like this one is intended to send a message to Russia that the alliance is united and capable of defending its members.
In Mali, the Wagnerites were again wiped out. In the province of Mopti, the Wagnerites were ambushed on the Bandiagaroy-Jigibambo road. A recent attack in Mali marked one of the heaviest losses for the Wagner group in Africa. Around 50 Wagner mercenaries were killed in an ambush near the Algerian border. The attack, carried out by Al-Qaeda militants and Tuareg rebels, targeted a convoy retreating from northern Mali's Tinzaouaten region. Reports indicate that the militants sought to avenge civilian massacres linked to Wagner activities in the region.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.